Okay, this is the 8.7 notes for online trig, product to sum and sum to product formulas. The proofs on these are found in the textbook. We're just going to show you how to use the formulas. So sine of alpha times sine of beta is the same as 1/2 bracket cosine of alpha minus beta minus cosine of alpha plus beta, close parentheses and end bracket. For cosine alpha times cosine beta, it's 1/2 bracket cosine of alpha minus beta plus cosine of alpha plus beta in the bracket. And if you're mixing a sine alpha with a cosine beta, it's 1/2 bracket sine of alpha plus beta plus sine of alpha minus beta. Okay, so for our first example, we have sine of 3 theta times sine of 7 theta. So we want to use the sine alpha sine beta formula. So remember, this is serving as alpha and this is serving as beta. So this would be 1/2 bracket cosine of 3 theta minus 7 theta. Make sure you put the line so it doesn't look like 70, minus cosine of 3 theta plus 7 theta, close the bracket. We subtract and add inside each of the arguments, so this would be cosine of -4 theta and minus cosine of 10 theta. And then because cosine is an even function, the negative inside, remember, is just the same as having the positive inside. So in simplified form, that would be a cosine of 4 theta minus a cosine of 10 theta, all times 1/2. All right, let's look at cosine theta and cosine of 5 theta. So again, this is my alpha, this is my beta. Using the cosine formula, this would be 1/2 bracket cosine of theta minus 5 theta plus cosine of theta plus 5 theta. This would be 1/2 of cosine, and that's -4 theta, plus cosine of 6 theta. And then again, cosine is an even function, so that would just be cosine of 4 theta plus cosine of 6 theta, all times 1/2 again. This one is a mix. It has sine and cosine. So here's my alpha, here's my beta. This one would be 1/2 sine of alpha plus beta, so 2 theta plus 7 theta, plus sine of alpha, which is 2 theta, minus beta, which is 7 theta. This would be 1/2 sine of 9 theta plus sine of -5 theta. Because sine is an odd function, we know that the negative gets pulled to the outside. That's the equivalent form. So this would be sine of 9 theta minus sine of 5 theta, all times 1/2. Okay, the last formula in this unit is when you're having addition and you want to turn it into product. So sine alpha plus sine beta is 2 sine of alpha plus beta cut in half cosine of alpha minus beta cut in half. Notice, even though we're not proving this, you can kind of see the double angle formula here, but because these aren't the same angle, you have some things going on inside that are showing kind of adding and cutting in half and subtracting and cutting in half. So if you want to see the proof for these, you can look them up in the book, but it's not necessary to know. Sine of alpha minus sine of beta would look almost identical, except what would come first is the alpha minus beta, and then the second one would be the alpha plus beta over 2. Cosine alpha plus cosine of beta is 2 cosine of alpha plus beta over 2 cosine of alpha minus beta over 2. And cosine alpha minus cosine of beta is actually a negative 2 sine of alpha plus beta over 2 sine of alpha minus beta over 2. Okay, so let's use these formulas on the last two examples. So for this one, we're doing a sine minus another sine, so that's the second formula, which is 2 sine. Remember, this is alpha, this is beta. And then inside, for the first part, we subtract them. So this would be 4 theta minus 6 theta over 2. And then we have a cosine, and then we add these. So 4 theta plus 6 theta over 2. Simplifying this down, this would be a negative 2 theta over 2. This would be a 10 theta over 2. That makes a negative theta in the first one, and a 5 theta in the second one, and because sine is an odd function, that negative comes out to the front. So final answer is negative 2 sine theta cosine of 5 theta. For the last one, we have a cosine plus a cosine, which was the third formula from up above. So this is 2 cosine of alpha plus beta, so that's 2 theta plus 8 theta over 2. And then another cosine where we subtract them, 2 theta minus 8 theta over 2. This would be 2 cosine of 10 theta over 2, cosine of negative 6 theta over 2. That's 2 cosine of 5 theta, cosine of negative 3 theta. And because cosine is an even function, a negative inside is the same thing as a positive inside. So we can just change that to a positive. So final answer on that one is 2 cosine 5 theta cosine of 3 theta. And that is the end of 8.7.